What's up, YouTube? Alright, I don't know how good my autofocus is working right now on this camera. My other camera is with Brandon. He's been doing some hog hunting. But anyway, I want to start this out with, I did get a new e-bike. So that's what is new in the toolbox this year for me. And hunting public is a new e-bike. And I'll show you guys all that here in just a little bit. But the main concern is scouting today. So first things first is I wanted to kind of show you guys what I'm doing and why. And I want to start out with, you know, I have a hard time. This is early August, and I struggle the most with trying to find sign, you know, pre-season sign. Where is a big buck going to live right now? Where is he traveling through? Is he traveling? How much is he traveling it? That's always hard for me. You know, obviously you want to find their bed because early season, they're not going to want to go far away from their bed. They're not going to move much. That's why a lot of people think they're nocturnal, because they just don't move very far. So how do I find that bedded buck where he lives, his bedroom, right? Well, here's my thoughts. I'm at the nearest water source, okay, way back in here, and I have a water source that I've found. Okay, there's a big, ginormous swamp out there. Lots of water. Now, back up in here, this is comes to a big point with big hills in here. Lots of oak. It's a mix between oak and pine. But good bedding, food, which obviously right now acorns aren't going to be dropping, but there will be food here come October. So I'm thinking this is a good place to start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scan these banks. I'm going to go back and forth on these banks, and I'm just going to try to find tracks coming in and out of the water. Big buck tracks, mature deer. Try to see where they're coming in and out. And that's going to give me a pretty close idea to where maybe a big buck might live. And I'll hang a camera there, see if I can get one on camera. If not, I'll give it a couple weeks, and I'll come back and I'll, you know, move around a little bit until I locate a nice buck that I want to hunt. So all right, let's go get started on trying to find some of these nice trails coming in and out of this water source. Okay, I have come to the conclusion that I'm going to set my camera right here. The reason being, there's a historical rub there, but there's trails all through here. It looked like a bunch of bedding around that, the tall grass around the water there. It looked like bedding, but it's just hard to tell here because there's so many hogs. You don't ever know if it's really hogs or deer, and they keep everything so torn up. It's just hard to see deer sign really. But there is a historical rub. I don't know how much they use that in the off season. If that's something that changes as you get closer to season, since they're shedding velvet and starting to mark territories, I don't know. But matter of fact, why don't you guys comment? Let me know what you think on that. Do you think a deer is going to use the same trails in pre-season, summer, you know, as they would closer into early October, early season, pre-rut? You think they're still going to use these areas, or are they going to be in a whole different area? What's your tactics? How do you find, you know, how are you locating big bucks in the pre-season to go hunt early October archery season? Make you guys drop down and comment. I'm really curious to know. So, and I'm going to get this camera hung, and then I'll show you guys the bike a little bit. All right, guys, I told y'all I was going to show you the bike, tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible because it is 100 degrees out here, and I am way back in here. I don't like to mess around out here too long in this summer heat if I ain't got to. But anyway, so to kind of answer some of the questions that I had before buying my bike, maybe help you out. Number one question was, will it do what I need it to do? You know, will it get me where I need it to get me? Is it really going to be worth the money to buy this thing and then, you know, not be able to use it where I want to use it, or take me where I want to go? So the thing is, first of all, make sure it's legal in your area where you're planning to hunt. I did contact the game warden here, and he did tell me that I was legal as long as I wasn't out, you know, driving through the woods and stuff. I was restricted to the trails and the boundary lines, which is what I'm on right now. So as far as will it do what I want it to do, I am 2.3 miles in on public right now, and it took me about 15 minutes to get here. Maybe 20 if you're really, you know, taking your time. Multiple terrains, crossing creeks, you know, low water creeks, obviously. Not a whole lot of water in them right now, it's August. But, and that could be an issue come season. That'll be something I have to think about. But this thing will really get you a lot more places than you would think, just because for mainly the big tires, they're able to go over the limbs, the logs, stuff like that, where a normal bicycle with a thin tire, you're just not gonna, you know, do that type of stuff. I was wondering if it would take me up the hills. It goes up the hills just fine. You're gonna have to pedal a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna take you right up the hills. As far as mud and water, I wouldn't suggest taking it through a lot of water. Obviously it's an electric bike, but I mean, I have been through mud accidentally, really, and did just fine. Now obviously this isn't a big mud hole that's been wallered out by an ATV or something, but small mud holes, yes, I've went right through them, no problem. As far as battery life, that was another one. This is a 48 volt lithium ion battery, and just to put it in easy terms, this is my second trip down here. Yesterday my battery went dead on the camera, and I actually had to come back to check on my game camera because it's not sending photos. But anyway, I'm back today finishing this video up. Second time in here. I'm at 70% battery, and that's around, let's see, almost 10 miles, well, closer to 7 miles, I guess, total, is what I've been. By the time I get back, it'll be around 10 miles on one charge, and I should still have, you know, 30 or 40% battery. So that was definitely something that eased my mind. It's not like I'm gonna have to try to chance it to go down and hunt one time, you know, get there and get back. Am I gonna be worried the battery's gonna die? It is 750 watts. Wouldn't suggest going any lower than that, just so you can go up and down the hills and stuff, and also to be able to pull your game out that you've harvested. But it has plenty of power, 750 watt, and some WMAs, conservation areas, it is actually illegal to have anything over 750 watts, so make sure you pay attention to that. Now, as you can tell, this isn't an actual hunting bike. This isn't going to be your QuietKat or Rambo or anything like that, but it's also more than half the price. I mean, yeah, it's blue, but it is a trail bike. It's designed for trail, and it's done wonderful. It's held up just fine. I've used it about 5 times now, and so far so good. So as far as a few tips that I would say just from owning it this long, the number one thing is I'm gonna get a basket for the back of mine. Right now I'm just carrying my pack on my back, but make sure you have your bike tool with you. Bring you a little small, like, you know, rechargeable air pump and an extra tube probably. I mean, you could tell, like right now I actually don't have those items, and it's a pretty big gamble because I am 2.5 miles back here in 100-degree heat in Texas, and this thing was to blow a tire out back here. It could get dangerous, you know, pretty quick trying to walk back 2.5 miles in 100-degree heat. I do have plenty of hydration, but you know, you see where that's going. That could get dangerous quick. So that's the main items that I would recommend for sure. Anyway, I actually have I got on a new deer lease this year, and after I finish up here, I'll be waiting on the girlfriend to get off work, and we're gonna head out there, and I'll show you guys that too. So this will kind of just be a, you know, new things for 2024 video, getting ready for the season. And so yeah, I'll see you guys out there. All right, we are at the lease. I came check on the feeder. I had to fix my camera actually. It was the strap was down over the sensor and everything. Oh, thanks, Brew. But anyway, yeah, me, the girlfriend, the doggos, we came out here to, yeah, he's doing the do's. Nature has called for Brew Man. The ride got him a little excited, I guess. But So anyway, just tell you a little short bit about it. 1,000 acres. It's like 15 minutes from the house, so it's a perfect deal, perfect setup. I'll give you a little bit of aerial footage here just to kind of show you, but it's mostly pine plantation. There is some hardwood bottoms. There's some creeks that run through. It's going to be a learning year this year on it. We're going to have to kind of, you know, figure out what the hot spots are and all that good stuff, but mainly got it for Sydney and the kids. I'm still going to be doing my public land adventures, and I'll still be, you know, traveling around trying to do my public land stuff, but I wanted to get this so I could comfortably get the kids and Sydney out here and you know, get them in a box blind and be able to harvest something a little bit more conveniently and easily. So yeah, we're gonna go check on another spot for me and get a camera hung in case I want to hunt while they're out here, and dump a little bit of bait and see what we can't get coming in, and maybe I'll update you guys on some game cam photos and everything in the near future. All right guys, I appreciate y'all watching this video, and we're excited for 2024 deer season. All right, we're out.